Hi there, we're going to do what we talked about today in Social Studies 10. So today we did a quick intro to economic globalization. And so when we talk about economic globalization, what we mean is that essentially, this is my terrible drawing of the world, essentially economic globalization is when global markets and goods and finances become a lot more interconnected. So for example, when I go to the grocery store and I buy an apple from California, essentially what I'm doing is I'm participating in economic globalization because I'm enjoying a product that comes from another part of the world. And so when we talk about economic globalization, we know we're talking about current economic globalization. Just 1945 until now. And so there are a lot of key developments we talked about when we talk about economic globalization. Number one is the creation of a new monetary system. And so we said after 1945, the major powers met at Bretton Woods and they had a discussion and they said, what is money worth? And so they realized money is just a piece of paper. And so what they did was they said we need a standard. So they said governments will set their own currency rates, and it's called fixed exchange rates. And what they got to do is they got to guarantee their money with gold. So that's fixed exchange rates. And the standard by which we use when we talk about fixed exchange rates is money is guaranteed by gold. And so in the 1970s, what starts to happen is the Americans move away from fixed exchange rates to floating exchange rates, which essentially the whole world does today. And on the floating exchange rates, money is not set by gold anymore, it's set by demand. So the more someone wants a currency, the more value that currency has. And so on the fixed exchange rates, if a country prints more gold than they have money, they print more money than they have gold, essentially they enter debt. The second key development we talked about is the expansion of the free market. And so after communism, after the Cold War, when the Soviet Union falls apart, the free market expands because the Soviet Union joins, China joins, and so on. We talked about technology, and we talked about how you can buy stocks and bonds basically anywhere around the world. And we see things like the electronic herd, when investors see the movement of money and they follow it because they get easily scared. So just a quick review of what we talked about today. Please make sure you go over your notes. If you have any questions, feel free to email those to me. Have a great day.